Hey, it's Phil. I'm at the honey exchange. It's package day. It's exciting. It's like Christmas Day around here. This is a hive of somebody else that died over the winter. Speaking of which, it's possible my battery's going to die, in which case I apologize in advance. For those of you watching it live, enjoy yourself. For those of you watching in the future, I've traveled in time. So here's this package of bees. I have some sugar syrup, 1-to-1 sugar syrup. I'm going to just give them a little misting. Since these bees have been in the sun for a minute, they're getting really active. That just calmed them down. I'm going to pry off the top. And in here, there's a queen in a cage. We're going to check her out. I don't know if you can see her. She's in there. She's marked with a little white dot. She's bigger than the rest. She's moving around. It's all good. Some people try to use this tab to put it on there. Don't do that. It's frustrating. It'll make you mad. It has two sides. There's candy on this side. There's no candy on this side. This plug, if you take it out, the queen will run out and the bees will kill her. Don't do that. We want to open up this side so the bees can chew through the candy. It's going to take them 3, 4, 5 days to get through that. Sometimes I can get this out with my hive tool. Not today. Pen knife works. Nail works. Something pointy. I don't know what you're seeing. You're just looking at my belly, right? Sorry about that. I'm working on it. Candy. You should be able to see that white candy plug in there. They're going to chew through that. So this one has comb that's built. If you're starting a new hive, you're putting this in foundation. But here we're going to just push it into the comb right in the middle. Or about so. Got some number 33 rubber bands. That's a beekeeper rubber band. Because it can go this way to hold the queen cage in place. Cool thing, it can also go this way. That'll break if it's too small. We put that in with the candy pointing upward. That's super important. There's nurse bees, attendants who are feeding this queen inside there, but they might die. If they die, we don't want them falling down on top of the opening because they won't be able to move them out of the way. They can fall down, but the opening is still remain. The queen can get out of there when the time comes. All right? We're going to, for the moment, just set her aside in the shade. You never want your queen in a cage in the sun. It's risky. Now I'm going to put on my veil. Up until now, they should be pretty nice to you. If not, maybe you need to calm down. Or maybe they're in a bad mood. One thing we don't know until we get it out is how much syrup's left in this can. These ones this year have been really full. So everybody's well fed and in a really nice mood. They also haven't been in here very long. These were just checking the packages on Wednesday, so they're nice and fresh. Sometimes they've built a bunch of comb around there. It's harder to get out. So this one's nice and full. Last year they were all empty and the bees were kind of hangry. You ever get hangry? All right, so now we got our bees in there. We're doing the old thump and dump. Watch this. They're all clustering on the top, hanging from one another. We want to thump them down the bottom and then dump them into the hive. They should pour like wet sand. The whole time your brain is telling you, bees don't pour like wet sand, bees fly. Bees want to sting you. It's not true. These are nurse bees. Most of them don't even want to fly. Some of them can. But all the angry ones, who? Somebody stung me. It's all good. So I'm putting in the queen really carefully because I don't want her cage to fall down below. It's going to be cold tonight, and if she's down on the bottom, get out of my veil. They won't be able to go down and get to her. They want to be in the middle, warm. I always scrunch up the frame so they're nice and tight in the center. This wasn't cleaned last year. Whatever, they'll work it out. We want to be centered on the box and pushed all scrunched up together. This got crunched up last year. That's not a me problem. Cover goes on this. This hive is a dead out, so they've got bunches of pollen, loads of honey in there, so they've got all they need to eat. If you're starting a new hive, you're going to feed them some sugar syrup. This jar's got little holes so we can put it on there and feed them that way. I'm not going to worry about that because they've got plenty of natural food. They also have natural pollen in there. Otherwise, I'd give them a little bit of pollen patty, maybe a whole one if it's a brand new hive. So they have some protein right away. As soon as that queen starts coming out of her cage, she's going to lay a bunch of eggs, and they need protein for those bees to grow fat and happy. They'll grow faster if they have some protein. But this one's already got it. It's got natural pollen. That's the best of all. So that's all we need to do. The queen's going to be in there. On day number 5, I'm going to come in, and if the queen's still in the cage, at that point I'll just let her out. They probably will have let her out sometime on day 3 or 4. But I'm going to double check. If she's not on day 5, let her out. She should begin to lay. One thing I forgot to say along the way, if you get a queen and she's dead in the cage on arrival, stop the process and immediately call whoever it is you got that package from, because they should replace that queen for you if she's dead on arrival. Once she's out and walking around, she's your responsibility, and anything can happen. But the queen, make sure you got a live one to start. If you do have a queen dead in her cage and you want to get this process done, just put the queen cage in there with the dead queen in it in the same way that we did that. And there's enough pheromone around that dead queen that they should stay calmed down until you can get that new queen. If you get them from us, they're overnighted, so you'll have it within a day or 2. This year so far, touch wood, we've only had 1 out of 300 packages that had a dead queen in it. And it's probably because they have a live queen inside the cluster. That's another story. So that's it. Shouldn't take much longer than a few minutes, and you shouldn't get stung if you're careful. That's all I got to say. Anyway, I look forward to seeing if this actually came out, because we're just doing some experiments with the GoPro camera. Hope everybody's having a chance to enjoy this beautiful spring day here in Maine. It is glorious and lovely, and it's bee day. It's my favorite day of the year after Christmas. Have a good one.